Good morning, girls. We'll continue with the chapter magnetism. And as you know that in the previous videos or in the previous week, we have studied about what is a circular coil, how is a how do we take out the direction of the magnetic field in the current carrying circular coil in a straight conductor and in a solenoid, and that was by right hand thumb rule. Now today we are going to study a new topic, and that is force acting on a current carrying conductor which is placed in a magnetic field. And we will also study what is the Fleming's left hand rule. Right, so we concentrate on activity over here. First we'll go through the topic once again. It is saying that force acting on a current carrying conductor which is placed in a magnetic field. So as you can understand the topic, when I say a current carrying conductor means it behaves like a magnet. Now this current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field of another magnet. So therefore basically in this activity there will be two magnets, right? And these two magnets will exert force on each other, and we are going to understand how. Okay, so that is we are going to study today the force acting on a current carrying conductor which is placed in a magnetic field, or we can say that it is placed in a magnetic field of another magnet. Okay, so for this we have to understand an activity over here. This is a stand. What are the requirements of this activity? This is a stand, and on this stand we take an aluminium rod which is shown here AB. So we take a stand, we take an aluminium rod, we take a copper wire for the connections, the battery and the key or the switch, right? Now we make the arrangements of this aluminium coil in such a way that one end of the wire is connected to end B and the second part of the wire is connected to end A. Okay, now we make the connections in such a way that the current starts flowing from end B to end A. Okay, we can do the connections otherwise also, in the other way also, but let us begin the activity that the current is flowing from this side as shown in the arrow in the diagram, and it moves from B to A as shown in the arrow, right, shown with the arrow. Now there is a horseshoe shaped magnet placed in such a way that north is pointing downwards, vertically downwards to aluminium coil AB, and south pole is above it. Okay, so these are the requirements of the activity, and we are going to study that what happens when the current flows in this conducting this current carrying conductor. Now when we start the means when the connections are complete and when the current is flowing through this wire and it reaches to end B and goes to end A, this coil, this rod or this rod starts behaving like a magnet. Okay, now when this behaves like a magnet, obviously a magnetic field is created around it, and there's a magnetic field which is created around this horseshoe magnet. Now what happens when this becomes a magnet? This aluminium rod, which is now a magnet, exert force on this U-shaped magnet, and this U-shaped magnet will exert force on this magnet, obviously because both are behaving like a magnet. Now what happens when this behaves like a magnet, and you will see that there will be a displacement in this rod, and the displacement will be in this direction, that is towards left. Okay, when the current is flowing from end B to end A. Okay, so this is one part. Now suppose if I change the direction of the current, or if I change the connections, obviously the direction of the current will change. It will be entering from A to B, and then we will see that when the current flows in this rod, the displacement of the rod will be towards the other side. Okay, when I change the direction of the current. Understood? Now this is one part. Now what I will do in the second part of the activity is this horseshoe magnet, which is placed in such a way that north is down and south is up. When I change the polarity of the magnet, or when I bring this north up and south down, then also the displacement of this rod will change. Okay, so there are two cases that when the current flows from this side, that is from end B to A, the displacement is towards left, and when I change the directions from this side from A to B, the displacement is towards the other side. Okay, so we can say that the force which is acting on this current carrying conductor depends on two factors. One is the polarity of the magnet, and secondly the direction of the current. Now when I say the polarity of the magnet, I actually mean by the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so again I will say that the direction of the displacement of this rod depends on two factors. Number one, direction of the current and the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, when I change the polarity of this magnet, the direction of the magnetic field will also change. So how can we find the direction of the force acting on this rod? We will use the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, now the Fleming's left hand rule says that if we hold our three fingers, or we open our three fingers in such a way that they are mutually perpendicular to each other, that means you have to remember three things. Number one, there are three fingers. The first finger, the first finger will show the direction of the field, that is a magnetic field. Remember, first and magnetic field, that is field. First and field. This center finger will show the direction of the current. So when I say center finger means current, so remember C with C, and the thumb will show the direction of the force acting on the conductor. Now this rule is called the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, again the Fleming's left hand rule says that when the first three fingers, thumb and the two fingers, are perpendicular or mutually perpendicular to each other, then this first finger shows the direction of the field, center finger shows the direction of the current, and the thumb shows the direction of the force acting on the conductor. So we can easily find in this, or in an activity which is conducted over here, we can easily find the direction of the magnetic field, direction of the current, as well as the direction of the force which is acting on the current carrying conductor. So I hope this activity is clear to you. Okay, and there are some devices which use two magnets, and those devices are, means on this principle which devices work. One is electric motor, electric generator, then we have television, loudspeakers, microphones. These are some of the devices which use Fleming's left hand rule, or we can say that they use two magnets, and they work on this principle. Okay, so today what you will do is you will draw this diagram, write this activity and learn this activity, and if you have any doubt you can ask me. Okay, and I will also give you some questions and find out those answers and write those answers in the notebook, and if you have any doubt you can message me on my number. Okay, now remember there are two parts which you have to remember, means when the direction, two important points related to this activity, when the field, magnetic field and the current is perpendicular to each other, then the direction, that means the displacement of the rod is maximum. You know, this rod is getting displaced. Now when the displacement will be maximum, when the magnetic field and the current are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this is one point, and you have to remember that when the magnetic field and the current are perpendicular to each other, then force is also perpendicular to the magnetic field as well as to the current. Now this line is given in your textbook, which is given on page number 231. So you will read this activity, and it says that when the magnetic, we consider the direction of the current, it says that when the magnetic field is perpendicular to the current, then the force will be perpendicular to both direction of the current as well as the direction of the magnetic field. So you will mark these important lines and you will study this activity, and I will give you some questions based on the topics which I have completed with you, and you will try to find out those answers. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me, and I hope this activity is clear to you. Force acting on a current carrying conductor which is placed in a magnetic field. As I told you that there are two magnets, one kept in the other field, that means this is a horseshoe magnet, and the rod gets displaced when the current flows, and the direction of the force we can take out by which rule? That rule is called the Fleming's left hand rule. And that Fleming's left hand rule, I explained you that when you open the three fingers, the first finger shows the direction of the field, the second finger or the center finger shows the direction of the current, and the thumb shows the direction of the force. Okay, and this is the Fleming's left hand rule. And what is a right hand thumb rule? The right hand thumb rule is used to find out the direction of the magnetic field, that when we curl the fingers, right, when we curl the fingers or we use our right hand, the thumb shows the direction of the magnetic field, shows the direction of the current, and the curled fingers shows the direction of the magnetic field. So this is a right hand thumb rule. This shows the direction of the current, and the curled fingers shows the direction of the magnetic field. And the left hand rule says that the first finger shows the direction of the field, center finger current, and the thumb shows the direction of the force acting on the current carrying conductor. So study all these topics, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.